Chapter 2, Psychological Health. Somebody that's struggled with mental health, psychological health for years, and has worked on it a lot in living a healthier quality of life right now. I find this chapter to be maybe the most important chapter in our book. So we'll discuss psychological health today. It is treatable, and it's very common. It's very common for one to have mental illness. So here we go, psychological health. The ability to deal with the challenges, the psychological challenges of your life, becomes more positive or negative as one responds to the changing environment. Your environment's always changing, whether it be your classes, maybe your family, people move in, people move out. You have good days, bad days. Social, physical, and spiritual health often impact your psychological health. I said before, spiritual health is a good indicator. It can really help in regards to stress management. And physical health, when you exercise, you get endorphins and other feel-good chemicals in your brain to make you feel good, and that increases your psychological health. Characteristics of psychologically healthy people. This actually, you might see this in your exam. Wink, wink. Okay, maybe you'll see it in your exam. I don't know. Psychological healthy people accept themselves and others, display creative abilities, respond to changing situations. So let's say I got a traffic ticket. Okay, how do I handle that? Do I flip out, or do I realize I made a mistake, maybe go to court, dress up in a suit and try and maybe not get the points on my license? But how do I handle it? Do I keep control of my emotions? Shows appropriate emotional responses. Desires privacy, aware of reality. Psychological person doesn't mind some free time with themselves. They don't always need to be surrounded by other people. Concerned to the needs of others, enjoy relationships with others, and have goals in life. Influences on our psychological health. So central nervous system and peripheral nervous system, as we see here in the picture. Our mind, collective parts of our brain, our personality, these all influence psychological health. So personality, thoughts and behaviors, how you respond to things emotionally. These all influence your psychological health. Temperament. Everybody has their own temperament. Some people are set off really easily. Some people have a lot more calm temperament. Other influences on personality. So your biology could have influence on your personality, your culture, what kind of culture you have that you grew up in, social, who you're hanging out with can influence your personality. You have psychological factors, interaction with your family members, and learning from your experiences. I've had a lot of life experiences that I've learned from, some very bad experiences and some good experiences, and they've all kind of made me who I am today. So we're talking about framework of personality. Freud's framework of personality. We have the unconscious mind that influences behaviors. Defense mechanism. We try to eliminate anxiety and guilt by altering our perceptions of reality. Defense mechanisms are basically prevent your mind against psychological conflicts and threats. So here's different defense mechanisms one might use. Repression, so you block the thought. A woman suppresses memory of being abused as a child. That's just your example here on the right. Rationalization, making excuses. If I didn't get hired for a job, I'll make excuses. Yeah, the interviewer didn't like my the suit that I wore, or whatever it might be. You make excuses. I was overqualified. Maybe I was, but maybe I wasn't. I'm rationalizing. Denial. Projection, that would be where you attribute your feelings to somebody else. So a woman accuses her boyfriend of being unfaithful while repressing her desire to have an affair. Displacement, okay, that could be where you take your anger out on somebody else. An abused wife does not fight back, mistreats a child instead. That's just an example. These are just examples. And I realize some of these are heavy topics. So if you ever need to talk, you have my email in the course. I don't ever want to trigger anybody. Avoidance, just avoiding the situation. Maybe you avoid taking the test because you're worried you're going to fail. Regression, a 6-year-old sucks thumb after the birth of baby brother. You know, these are all defense mechanisms. So you have psychological stages of development, trust and mistrust. Let's see here. So you can see all these and get a greater, through the reading, a greater understanding. But these are all stages that you have. Individuals progress through stages. Middle age, right now I'm probably middle age. So you have emotional well-being, and it's achieved through conflict resolution. Think about all the conflicts you've had in life. Think about you can kind of work through them and learn from conflict. Human needs. Behavior is value-driven. Humans have a basic biological and complex set of psychological needs. And you want to achieve fulfillment. At the top, you have self-actualization. So here's your hierarchy of needs. This is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Psychological, the most basic. Food, air, water. Then you have safety. You need a safe environment. Love needs. Once you have the first two, then you can move on to love needs. Give love, receive love. Then esteem needs. Self-esteem, your value, your self-worth. And then self-actualization, a need for achievement and mastery. For a while in my life, personally, I was probably in love needs. And I didn't know if I'd ever reach self-actualization. You know, I really doubted it actually, but as you move up the pyramid, you know, all of us can reach that. Adjustment and growth. Psychological adjustment. We have to adjust to stressors. As one that has faced a lot of stressful situations in their life, I feel like I've grown by dealing with the stresses and having effective stress management techniques, which we'll talk about in class as we move forward. You have to adjust, you know, that's what makes you grow. All right, so interpersonal conflicts can hinder psychological growth. Aggressive reaction. So if you have a conflict with somebody and you act aggressively, that can be very emotionally harming on yourself and others. Can be physical or emotional. Assertive reaction maintains one's rights without interfering or harming others. So being assertive is good. Don't be aggressive, but be assertive. Stand up for yourself. Self-advocate. Psychological growth fosters the development of autonomy. Autonomy is your ability to do things on your own. Self-esteem. Influence on one's thoughts, actions, feelings. It's greatly influenced by parents. It remains fairly constant over time, although I can tell you, me personally, I used to have poor self-esteem, but I feel like as I grew as an adult and got more experiences, I was able to gain some confidence. Today, I feel like my self-esteem is a lot better than it was 10 or 15 years ago. Again, I told you I've had some mental health struggles, which I've worked on, and I feel like my self-esteem has gotten better as a result of that. So positive self-esteem. You display autonomy. You are comfortable doing things on your own. You're confident. You accept challenges. So example, in baseball, as a young boy, as a kid, I was afraid to go to step up to get an at bat because I was afraid I was going to strike out. Now in my life, if I were to face that situation, I would be like, all right, I'm ready to go. You know, don't get me wrong, I stepped up to the plate, but I wasn't really wanting to accept those challenges. Working well with others, adjusting to change, accept responsibility, low self-esteem, resist changes, resist any form of criticism or resent. It's tough to take criticism, but you have to take criticism and grow from it. If the person giving you constructive criticism is in fact right, you need to reflect on it. Low self-esteem, look at this one. Put down others to make themselves look better. Misery loves company, or low self-esteem loves company. So keep that in mind. Improving health, psychological health. For my mental health, it was improving my lifestyle, exercising regularly, getting sleep. You should get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, eat better, take care of yourself. And that's going to help your psychological health. Improve your intellectual health, attend to spiritual needs, foster social contact, maybe join a group which you can interact with people. Protect the quality of your environment. So my home is my environment. I'm cleaning my house. I'm keeping it clean. Okay, that's something on my agenda today. I'm going to clean. Understanding your psychological mental illness. People have, it's very common, maybe 1 in 5 people have mental illness. For me personally, I had disturbing thoughts. I had unpleasant feelings, and I still get them. Okay, I still get them, but I know how to manage the mental illness now. If one with mental illness might experience abnormal feelings or thoughts, and this can persist and hinder daily life. And it's not something that can't be treated. It can be treated through different ways. You have therapy, you have taking care of yourself, self-care, therapy, could be medication. There's no shame in one admitting that they have a mental illness. Here are some other symptoms or characteristics. Psychosis, severe type of mental illness. Unreal perceptions, they result in behaviors. Isolations, hallucinations. Delusion is an inaccurate belief, can result in decision-making errors, and we have hallucinations. False sensory perceptions. Okay, so this is part 1 of this unit. I'm going to put this one in 2 parts because of how important it is.